Good evening, everyone. It's Wednesday evening, September 23. It's good to be with you tonight. Another beautiful fall day and evening we're having here in central Iowa. Very excited about that and hope that it continues. Newsy wow video update this evening. Got a lot of stuff going on, and so I'll get right to it. Shouldn't take too long, but you never know how these things go. I don't believe it'll be another one of those 30-minute ones, though. But I wanted to first remind you of all the things going on right now, that this Sunday is the worship where we are utilizing a different way of reservations and seating. And so you will be receiving, you probably already have received, the email to make a reservation for Sunday worship, and we want you to continue to be able to do that. But there will be a change into how that process goes. We still need you to register, to sign up, to make a reservation to come, so we have some idea of how many people to prepare for. But people are going to be seated upon their arrival. So please plan to come early, and you'll be seated that way with the social distancing, same seating arrangement as we have now, but seated upon arrival. That way we're not saving seats for people that aren't coming, and it should be a little bit more smooth to get folks into their seats on Sunday and make sure we have place for everyone. Of course, there are still going to be you're still going to be seated according to the size of your group, so we need to have that planned out in advance if at all possible. We always have room for guests, but please make your reservation. If you are a member and you know the drill and you come and you haven't made a reservation, you might have to wait until we can ensure that all the people with the reservations are seated. So, but as long as I'm talking about the reservation system, we're hoping to jettison it soon, but I'll get to that in a moment. Second thing I want to talk about tonight is WOW. WOW is going to resume on Wednesday evenings on October 14, so that is coming right up. We're going to have 6 consecutive weeks of WOW beginning at 6:30 in the evening, from 6:30 to 7:30. No, we won't be having a food component this year, so that's why we'll be starting at 6:30. We're going to keep it to an hour. It will be in person and also live stream. So if you are one of our families who needs or desires to stay home and not congregate, you may participate by live streaming. If you are a family that has illness in your family, you may participate by live streaming. So we're excited about that. Online resources will be made available and posted on our website at westkirk.org in advance, so you can print out what you need. There'll be a children's component, a student component, an adult component. So we will gather in the sanctuary to begin. If you're on live stream, you'll see us there, and we'll begin with a time of worship, and then an introduction to the topic for that evening, and we are going to be focusing in on 6 of Jesus' parables. The parable of the Good Shepherd will be first. That's a little heads up for you. Good Samaritan will come after that, and so we'll be focusing on that passage. We'll introduce it. We'll read the text in some sort of way, perhaps a dramatic way. And might even be people in costumes like me. We'll see. I don't know. You never know. Be a surprise. We'll pray together. We'll sing together. COVID mitigation policy in place, social distancing and all of that. And as we get closer, and we are getting closer, but you can expect an all-church email with the details here soon. So that's coming up. Also wanted to mention that on October 1st, so that's even sooner, we are going to be hosting Redemption Hill Church here on Sunday afternoons. This is a church that we pray for regularly in our regular morning worship. They were not able to continue meeting in their facility when COVID hit, and once they started meeting again, they've been meeting in a park. But now that weather is changing, they need a place to be until they can find a more permanent location. And so they're going to be meeting here at Westkirk Sunday afternoons at 4. We're really excited about this. It's a wonderful 2-year-old church plant, like us theologically. So we're very much in support of this group, and this is an opportunity for us as a church to be a part of kingdom building in our community by supporting this other church, Redemption Hill. They're out of Waukee. So they'll be with us for a short period of time. Don't know how long, 3 months, 6 months, maybe longer, we'll see. But we've got an agreement in place with them, and Session's excited about it, and I am too. Also wanted to mention that a couple weeks ago, or was it last week? I guess last week we sent out an email, the treasurers sent out an email with a mid-year financial report. So there's a report out there, came out on September 16, a mid-year financial report. And not a lot of you, well, a lot of you, but not as many people read that email as what we normally see in the statistics of our all-church emails. So just wanted to make a mention of that. Would encourage you to find that email from September 16 on the mid-year financial report, the state of the church financially, January through June. And then, of course, get back to us, Session, me, treasurers, with any questions you might have. So that was September 16. Want to remind you about that. Last thing, biggest thing to talk about tonight. I gave you a hint earlier when I said we were hoping to get rid of the reservation system. You know, we haven't made any major changes to our corporate worship policy with COVID-19. We've tweaked a few things. We've tweaked the seating arrangement. We've tweaked how we seat people a little bit. We've done a few minor adjustments here and there, but we haven't made any major changes, and the first one is coming up, and we're excited about it. And I hope you will be too. I know that not all of you will think this is the best idea. Many of you will be super excited about it. But we've been noticing over the last several weeks that there are people who would come if they were assured that they would have a place to sit in the sanctuary. We think we're actually hindering people, I mentioned this last Wednesday night, from coming and worship now. So it is time to move to 2 services. So we are going to do that on November 1st. November 1st will be the first Sunday of 2 services. And we are hoping that prior to November 1st, we will not have the reservation system anymore. So I know that many of you will be happy about that. I think most of us will be happy about that. So we're hoping not to have the reservation system. But this is the first opportunity we have to make a significant change to the COVID corporate worship plan that we've been executing. And we told you all along that we would change things as soon as we felt we had an opportunity. And Session believes that November 1 is the time to do that. And it's in part, of course, because the weather is changing for us too. So we've got a dozen or so people that meet out in the parking lot and worship out there. And other folks that come, and many of you don't come because you don't want to take the seat from somebody else. We've heard that comment regularly, or you don't want to be in the sanctuary and force somebody else into overflow seating. We appreciate that, and we're hoping that going to 2 services will solve that problem for us. So we're excited to have this opportunity for more of us to begin to gather together to worship corporately. That is the big idea, and we would like you to be prayerful about that for us. Obviously, when more of us gather, there's more risk in terms of COVID, but we think there will be a major change coming by the end of the year or sometime around there in terms of vaccinations and whatnot, however you feel about those sorts of things. But there are some changes on the horizon that are positive, we believe. And so we're making plans to go to 2 services on November 1st. That means that we will be changing some of our plans, some of our COVID mitigation plan. And whenever there are changes, there are also lots of opinions. And you know that, I know that. And so what I want to say to you tonight is we're excited, we're rejoicing, we're thankful to God that we have not had any major COVID issues as a congregation, and we haven't had any as a church. And so we need, as a corporate gathering church, we haven't had any people who have come and have exposed folks here. We've done a really good job with our mitigation efforts, and we need to have everyone continue to do that. But we're hoping to introduce some changes. So please be praying about that. Rejoice with us as a congregation that we have an opportunity to expand our corporate worship time and our fellowship together. We know that we long to be together. Some families, for various reasons, need to continue to worship at home with the live stream. Some of you prefer to do that. Cold and flu season is coming. Some of us are going to be sick, and we're going to have to do that at home anyway. So the live stream will be available and will continue, but we're going to open it up to 2 services beginning on November 1st. How many times have I said that? Chuck always said you had to say things 3 times, so I think I've said that 3 times, November 1st. The first service will be at 9 a.m. We are not sure when the second service will be, because there are still several things that need to happen in between the first 2 services. We need to do some cleaning. We need to usher people out. We need to usher the second service people in. All of those things take time. So there will be still efforts. Those COVID mitigation efforts will be in play. And so we will be abiding by our policy in that regard. We're going to ask everyone for both services to show up wearing masks. The plan currently, however, is that for the second service, it'll be mask optional. So we're excited about that too, for those of you who have longed for that from the very beginning or in recent weeks. But the first service will continue to be masks required. But the big deal is that we're having 2 services, and we're excited. Now, the only thing that can derail us from making that happen will be lack of volunteers. Remember, we talked about this happening back in July, and we didn't really feel we had enough reservations coming in to make that happen, or to make it worthwhile, because we need to have so many volunteers to do worship, more than we had before. So we're going to need new people to begin learning how to be involved in the live stream with sound and projection. We're going to need more ushers each week, more security people, and even in the area of music, worship music. So please be prayerful about that, and would you kindly let me know if you are willing to serve in any of these capacities, so that we can go to 2 services. We expect that, we believe that there is a desire and more people wanting, enough people wanting that we can warrant going to 2 services, but we need volunteers to make that happen. So please pray about that. And of course, with all of those different factors in play, time, COVID related issues, music related issues, these are all issues of potential contentiousness. And so please be prayerful and be patient with us, and know that it may not go and be exactly the way you want it to be. We're going to do session and staff the very best we can to maintain the standard that we have had with COVID policy, as well as opening up new opportunities as we are able. And so it's not going to be completely normal, but it's going to be moving in that direction. So we're very excited about that, and we would ask that you be excited too, and pray. Of course, you have ideas, and please feel free to email me with your thoughts and ideas and how you would like it to go, how you think it ought to go. We have a tentative plan, and staff is right now very busy working to see if we can make that tentative plan happen. But between the elders and the staff, we don't know everything, and so one of you may have a great idea on how to make something happen that can make all the difference and even make it go more smoothly. So that's the big announcement for tonight, November 1, 2 services at Westkirk. More opportunities for us to see you, and we're hoping that will encourage visitors and guests to come and worship, but also more of our own people to come and worship, and that we can all be together fellowshipping with one another and with the Lord regularly again, with more of us on Sunday mornings. I don't feel like I've been very eloquent tonight with my words, but a lot of stuff anyway, and I hope you appreciate that and be praying for us. And so we're looking forward to this, and again, please pray for your availability to volunteer in any of those capacities. We will need more volunteers in order to make a second worship service go. So thanks for tuning in tonight, Wednesday, the 23rd of September already, and I look forward to seeing you on Sunday, live or live stream. Good night.